What gave you the idea we're friends? Do I look like I want to chit-chat? I'll stop complaining when there's nothing left to complain about. Sure, let me just stop what I'm doing to talk to you. I'm being sarcastic. Leave me alone.
Marcy Long. One of the most annoying and ungrateful characters in Fallout 4. It's easy to hate Marcy Long for obvious reasons. But how did she get this way? Let's go back to when we first meet Marcy and June Long. When you first enter the Museum of Freedom, you find Preston Garvey, Sturges, Mama Murphy, and the Longs. Marcy is pacing around, muttering angrily to herself.
We can't just stay trapped in here. This is ridiculous.
And June, her husband, is completely incoherent, rocking back and forth in the corner. We find out that the party has been on the run for weeks. They were forced out of Quincy by gunners, besieged in Lexington by ghouls, and finally attacked and conquered by raiders, until you showed up. If you go back to Quincy, you can learn a lot more about the Long family and their friends. June and Marcy Long ran the town pharmacy. The shop is downstairs, and upstairs you find their living quarters. You also find what appears to be a child's bedroom, complete with toys. You learn more about this child by visiting the terminal downstairs. This is June's terminal where he took notes. We learn that Mama Murphy had a vision about an attack on Quincy, and so Sturgis and the rest of the members of this town asked the Minutemen for help. June and Marcy had a little boy named Kyle. When the Minutemen arrived, Kyle was enamored of them and followed them around the town like a puppy. Marcy, with her naturally cheery personality, was complaining even then about how too few Minutemen showed up. This video is not about the Quincy massacre. You all know the story by now. The Minutemen had a traitor in their ranks who delivered the entire town to the gunners. This event is known throughout the Commonwealth as the Quincy Massacre for good reason. The gunners absolutely slaughtered the citizens of this town and the Minutemen who came to defend it. We learn from the terminal that June and Marcy's son Kyle was wounded in the leg while following the Minutemen around on their patrols. Kyle died.
My son, he's gone.
What was his name?
Kyle. My son's name was Kyle.
We find June and Marcy only a few weeks after burying their son, having been on the run from one enemy after another enemy this entire time. The two respond to this grief in completely different ways. Marcy is angry and constantly complaining about other people.
The Minutemen were supposed to protect us. Garvey promised. He promised. These are our lives you're playing with. Are you listening to me?
She never mentions her son, Kyle. His death has made her hard and bitter. Even though the Minutemen have absolutely no obligation to help her, she feels entitled to their defense.
Somebody do something! What's going on? Are we getting out of here? You're with the rescue team? There are more of you. Right? Garvey better get us out of here now that this is over with.
It's always someone else who's supposed to help her, to defend her, to save her. And if they don't, then they're the ones who have failed. It's never her weakness. It's always someone else's fault. June, on the other hand, is a destroyed human being. You meet him at the lowest moment of his life. He is the polar opposite to Marcy. Instead of blaming others, he blames himself.
Yeah, I promised we'd get there. I promised. I promised we'd get there. I promised. I couldn't keep my promise. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so...
He doesn't even have a moment to think about his own situation. He's grieving over his son. In this state, he's a completely worthless human being. He can't save himself. He can't save others. He depends on others to help him. And that's where the strength of his wife comes in. She's looking after him.
Come on, June, it's time to go.
Oh, okay.
She understands him. Say what you want about Marcy, but she does not leave her husband behind. June is a sensitive man. He's very aware of his own personal weaknesses.
I'll try to make myself useful. No one wants to see a grown man feeling sorry for himself. Huh?
But because he's so sensitive, he can't be strong during the moments where he has to be. It's not until much later that June begins to heal. After the party finally makes it to Sanctuary, it's only then that June finds his voice. And the first thing he does is he thanks you.
I wanted to thank you for helping us out in Concord. If only we'd run into you sooner.
Marcy, however, doesn't have it in her yet.
Do I look like I want to chit-chat?
She's still not satisfied. She's still scared. And that's the difference between the two completely different personalities of Marcy and June Long. June wallows in his grief, and he's so hard on himself. But given time, he does heal.
Some days are harder than others, but even the hard days get easier than the one before. Our little Sanctuary revival project has really helped. Takes my mind off things.
Marcy, on the other hand, becomes paranoid.
You'd better keep your mouth shut about this place. Can't trust anyone.
And that's because her strength was fake. Even though she has this entitled mind where she thinks everybody owes her, everybody has to save her, she knows somewhere in her subconscious that she really did fail. She failed to protect her son, and she didn't save herself from Concord. Somebody else did. That's evidence that she is not in control, despite how angry and tough she seems. She is really helpless, just as helpless as her husband. The difference between the two is she can't admit it, while her husband can.
I should have done more. I hope those raiders pay for what they've done.
She would never say this, she would never admit this, but subconsciously she knows it, which is why she's paranoid.
Just when you think you're safe, you're not. That's how they always get you.
She knows that if it came to it, she couldn't save herself. She couldn't save her husband. And so she's constantly looking, constantly worried, never truly at peace. And this is where the polar opposites of June and Marcy start to make a little bit of sense. When June is at his weakest, the fake toughness of Marcy pulls him out of danger and keeps him moving.
Just stay with me. It'll be fine.
Okay.
But when they're out of danger and they need to sit and rebuild, it's June that recovers. It's June that heals. It's June that becomes a functioning adult again.
Don't take offense to Marcy. She's working through the loss in her own way.
Yes, Marcy Long is an annoying character. But as a father, I kind of understand where she's coming from. I don't know how I would act in such a situation, and I pray I'll never have to. But the Soul Survivor is right when she says,
No parent should have to lose their child.
No, they shouldn't. I just keep thinking, maybe I could have done more.
if you rebuild Sanctuary and you improve its happiness, Marcy Long finally gives you the best compliment she can, and she says it with a smile.
I'll hand it to you. This place isn't awful. It's still a hole, but it could be worse.
Considering who it's coming from, I'm happy to count that as high praise. After going through this story again, I really wanted to find some physical remnant of little Kyle. Just something that showed me that he was in this world. I went back to Quincy and I looked all over, and I was horrified to find a pile of burning bones in the middle of the town. How did I miss this before? No wonder this event is infamous across the Commonwealth. How many dozens of settlers did they slaughter? How many dozens of Minutemen did they just destroy? And then they burned them in a bonfire in the middle of the town. Is this where Kyle's body is? Did they burn Kyle on a bonfire? I suppose we'll never really know. But if you go to the border of the town, you find a graveyard. And it's old, but one grave looks like it was dug recently. It has a single plank of wood sticking out as a headstone. Since the citizens of Quincy had to flee in a hurry, it's no wonder that they didn't bury any of their dead. It's no wonder that the gunners burned them on a fire. But there's still this fresh grave. My bet is that little Kyle died from his leg wound just a day or two before the entire town was sacked by gunners. And this is his grave. The final act of love that June and Marcy could give to their son. was to bury him in his own grave.
Oh God, why? Why? It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
If you like videos like these, please subscribe for more Fallout 4 and Fallout 4 lore videos. I make a new video every day, and one of my favorite videos to make is a lore video. I plan to make many more. Thank you all so very much for watching.